Guys, is your kingdom always broke? Is it that whenever you start a war you immediately enter into a deficit because you cannot pay off your levies? Well, in that case you better pay attention now, because I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on how to maximize your income as any nation in Crusader Kings 3. Also, you would better want to stick to the end, because there I'm going to show you one of the most broken mechanics in the game right now, which will grant you an infinite money source. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, let's get started with taxes. Taxes are being raised in each county individually. Whenever you click on a county, you can immediately see the amount of taxes that are being raised / are supposed to be raised. Because oftentimes you won't get a lot of taxes because your control in a county is too low. There are two things that you can do against that. First of all, go to your marshal and select increase county control. Then just click on the county that is very low control, and you will see that the control goes up, as well as your tax revenue from that one. Another thing that has to be said, if it is just a count holding the county right now, you can go to the county and you can increase your opinion with him. If you increase the opinion with him, the control will also automatically go up, which will also increase your tax revenue. Another thing that can make you very unpopular with taxes and counties is your religion / culture. Did you just conquer someone? Is that a recent conquest that has happened? Because oftentimes, those new counties will not have your culture, obviously. The next thing we can have a look at is vassal contracts. Oftentimes, people are very deterred to actually increase vassal contracts because of the tyranny you get or the opinion malice you get from them. But when we look at them just from an objective standpoint, they are very great. They're the best way to increase tax revenue from your vassal. You can set your vassals to different levels of taxation, either low, high, medium, or extraordinary. Although it has to be said that you can only change your vassal contract once in a vassal's lifetime. Also, don't be afraid about tyranny. Negative 20 opinion with every vassal is not the worst thing you can handle. It is very easy to bump that out. If you just pay attention to what we said in our previous video where we talked about how to increase your vassal's opinion, it is gonna be a very easy deal with you, and you can increase your vassal taxes by so much. Guys, you need to spend money to make money, because now we're gonna talk about developing your county. The steward is a very powerful position. Oftentimes people will only use him to collect taxes because they think that is the best thing they can do. They want more taxes. What do? They collect taxes. But actually that is only a very short-term solution to the problem. If you were, for instance, to not collect taxes, but you were to develop your counties, at first you will not see a huge bump. It's maybe 0.1 ducat, 0.2 ducats or something along those lines. But once you increase the infrastructure in one of your domains enough, and it reaches above 10% of the cash you earn, the cash flow you will earn will increase dramatically once you've done that. Also, developing your land goes hand in hand with building buildings and that. And there I can give you a few tips. The two best things you can always invest in is A, farms, and B, trade posts. Trade posts will do so much for your development, you can't believe it. Once you get them to the highest level, they are the best thing to increase your country's development without sending your steward there. Farms, on the other hand, have the biggest amount of taxes that I can lend to you. Because expanding a farm to a grain silo, which is the last stage of development for a farm, they will actually give you plus 2.6% taxes, which is, in my case as Poland, already more than a quarter of what all of my vassals combined bring me. When you develop your counties, by the way, don't develop in your vassal counties, because that is something we're gonna get into later, why that is a bad idea. But just be sure that it's gonna benefit your vassals a lot more than it's gonna benefit you. That trickle-down effect will not work like that. We're here in Crusader Kings 3 and we're not in Reaganomics whatsoever. Another perk that you can get with the stewardship lifestyle is War Profiteer, which also grants you a plus 10% increase in taxes whenever you are at war, whether or not you're losing or you're not losing. And if you're in the case that whenever you enter a war, you enter a deficit because you have too many men-at-arms or too many levies, this is the solution for you. Because you don't need to be good or anything, you can lose as many men as you want, but you will also always be positive because of that benefit. Also, last but not least, do not forget to be nice to your clergy. Have a positive opinion with whomever is your realm priest, because every clergy title that is being held in your state, whether or not it's a church, a monastery, or anything along those lines, they will not give you any taxes as long as the realm priest is not satisfied. So whenever he has a negative opinion with you, get into a silver scheme immediately, because most of the time this can cost you at least 1/3 of all of your taxes. Now here's the special tip I was talking about. This might sound a little bit cheaty, and it kind of is a hack. I was able to build 5 castles simultaneously just because of the money I earned from this strategy. What you want to do is you want to have a little listen in. What is going on in your realm? Hover across the map of your realm and listen. Are there any hammers swinging around? Are there cranes around? Is there a visual depiction of that there is something building? And if you don't see anything, click on each and every barony, because oftentimes you'll just oversee them or you will overhear them. And when you see that anything is being constructed by your vassals and only by your vassals, just cancel it. Just cancel it. Every building that one of your vassals builds is simply cancelable by you. And it's not like that the vassal will get the money back, you will get the money back. Whenever he builds a new farm or hunting lodge or anything, you can just cancel it and the money will be redeemed to your account and not to his, although he very much spent the money. It is a little bit cheaty, but that is an infinite money fountain. Your vassals already give you less than 50% of all the taxes you earn, so why not just get that from them? That's the least they could do. Thank you for watching until this point. I hope that the tutorial was helpful to each and every one of you. Your income will now surely skyrocket to the moon and back, with especially the last tip. If you want to see more, like the video, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to come back next Sunday for a new video about how to make your experience in CK3 much better. Thank you for watching, see you guys then.